A lot of you came from far away, some from New South Wales, so long, long way away. I just want to introduce BigAL tonight. Come up on stage and get started. Thank you.
So, how many people came here tonight because you wanted to make a lot of money? Right? We're going to do some exercises. Would you like to learn how to talk to people a lot better?
Yes.
Right? Now, this microphone is really loud.
Yeah.
Did you notice? So, if everybody from the back 4 rows could move up so you could have partners, we probably wouldn't even have to use a microphone. It would be more clear. Would that sound like a, okay? All right, so would it be okay if everybody moved up really close and then grab the hand of somebody next to you? That would be your partner.
You're not allowed to move.
So let's get started, and let me show you how you can make a lot of money in this business even if you are afraid to talk to people. How many shy people do we have here today? Oh, wow, great. Normally they don't raise their hands. That's pretty good. But over 40 years ago, I started as a shy, nerdy, personality-free, charisma bypass, socially challenged engineer. Anybody here know what an engineer is?
Yes.
These are people that should not be let out in public. All right? And they told me to go out and just talk to people in network marketing. So how do you think that worked out?
Always slow down.
Yeah, I left dead bodies everywhere I went. And no matter who I talked to, they said no. Now, how much money are you going to make if everybody says no?
No.
And I didn't make any money. At the end of 1 year and 10 months, I had no distributors and no customers. How many people here think that's pretty bad?
Yeah.
So I think everybody here started better than that. But yes, what changed? Here's what changed, is I went to a workshop and I spent $900 and 3 days of my life, and I froze to death in Minneapolis, Minnesota in winter. And they told me this. They said the people that make huge money in network marketing, and you, who make no money, that was me, both have the same company. Same products, same opportunity, same territory, same prospects. How many people here realize that everybody in this room has everything the same with, like Brooke, or somebody here in Australia, right? So I said, so what's the difference? And they said there's only one difference between like the Brooks or the Pans and people like us when we get started. They said the people that make big money in seconds, just in seconds, and those that make no money like you, talking to me, is this. When the people that make big money are talking to somebody, they just use a couple words different. They just turn them around. And I said, really? They said, really? The only difference between the people making big money in network marketing and you making nothing is you're saying the wrong words. Well, my mom didn't drop me on my head. I'd say, I'll stand next to people making big money, try their words, and guess what happened? 60 days later, I had a full-time income in network marketing. How cool is that? How many people here see why I got excited like crack cocaine that this business could work? So here's the deal. When you and I get started, we don't know the right words, do we? Nobody told us. And I'll tell you what we have to do. You and I have chosen a profession that needs very specific skills. Now, have you all had a job at least once before? And did you need skills in your job? Right. And if you didn't have skills, they would fire you. Now, if I wanted to be successful in this business, here's the bad advice I got. They told me to improve my attitude, and you know what? I improved my attitude and I felt better about being a loser. And they told me to set some goals, write down all the stuff you're never going to have, and be more positive and more motivated, eye of the tiger, and vision of an eagle, and be enthusiastic. And, we had sizzle sessions. All of us fellow losers got together, got excited to go out and get more rejection. What I'm going to say is all that stuff is called personal development. It makes us better people. That's great, but it won't make us money. If you want to make money in this business, you will have to learn certain skills because it's a different profession. Here's the example. You all have skills in your current profession right now, right? Tomorrow you decide to become a bomb demolition expert. So tomorrow, red wire, green wire.
Is it big money then?
You're thinking, I have a pretty good attitude about this? Have goals? Or would you want skills?
Skills.
If you don't have skills, you don't have to worry about a 90-day action plan. You're not going to last that long in that job, right? What if tomorrow you decide to become a brain surgeon? Wouldn't it be good to know where to cut or who gets the anesthesia first?
Me. No, I'm just going for it.
So when I got started, see if you can see stupid written all over my face. When I got started, I took my engineering skills into network marketing. So how'd you think that worked? Train wreck waiting to happen. And they gave me advice like talk to people. Of course I talked to people. I ruined every one of them. Just like that. Now there are specific skills for our business that we can learn. And I want to give you an example. How many people here have ever watched a commercial on television? 15 seconds later we want to buy something. Is that true?
No, not really.
So in 15 seconds, sometimes they get us to buy stuff, don't they? But they didn't give us a whole presentation or nothing. What are the words they used that caused us to buy? Wouldn't that be interesting? So in this business, you and I learned social talking skills in school because they thought we were going to have jobs. But this is a business and we need commercial talking skills. And the first 17 skills are commercial talking skills. Now for those of you that have been in networking for a while, you know there's 25 basic skills that we need to learn. Just like driving a car. Is there basic skills for driving a car? Clutch stops the grinding sound. Brake is convenient. Steering wheel would be useful, right? So here we're going to learn basic skills too, and it'll work. So here is the skill you and I have signed into. You and I said we're going to take the ideas inside of our head over here and get them inside of our prospect's head over here. Does that sound familiar? And all we have to do is get our ideas past their salesman alarm, their too good to be true filter, the what's the catch filter, their bad experiences, their prejudices, you all have relatives, right? Their dysfunctional programs, all their negativity, and get it inside their head and then get them to believe it and make a decision, yes. That's all we have to do. And how many people here learn that skill in school? No. Parents? Previous job? Now, we don't have that skill and it's not our fault. Could we agree? It's not our fault we don't know how to do that. But it is our fault if we decide to do this for a living to make big money and decide not to learn it. Is that true? It's not our fault we don't know how to drive a car when we take our first lesson, but it is our fault if we want to have a job as a race car driver if we don't take driving lessons. So is everybody here ready for the first lesson? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to imagine that you're sitting next to somebody right now. So grab their hand or bunch up as threes, whatever you have to do. One person will be the smart part. Which one's that going to be? Who's going to be the smart? Okay. Are we ready to rock? Would all the smart partners raise your hand? All right. the other person will be the good-looking partner. So the good-looking partner is going to be the prospect. And the smart partner is going to be the distributor, right? So you've just met your prospect at a party. They say, hi, my name is, what do you do? Yeah. Where do you live? Yeah. And you're thinking, okay, my prospect didn't ask me, have you joined any new businesses lately you'd like to tell me about? So it's up to who to tell them about your business? You, yeah, the smart partner. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask the smart partner to turn to your good-looking partner and tell him your best one sentence. It can only be one sentence to open up the conversation and introduce your business into the conversation. Because we have to start with the first sentence, right? And would you agree that most people make a judgment very, very quick? I'll do some examples later. So you all ready? With the smart partner, turn to the good-looking partner and tell them your best first sentence. Here heard a really killer great first sentence. All right. We have a saying in Houston, Texas, where I live, and the saying is, Houston, we got a problem. Now, I don't know, what's your plan? To start with the second sentence, or maybe I'll start with the fifth sentence? We have to start with the first sentence, don't we? And what we say first is going to be everything. So here's the secret. You tell me when people make their final decision. I'm going to give you some examples, all right? How many people here have ever seen a man channel surfing, click, 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 with a remote control on TV? You've seen that, right? How long does it take the man to make the final decision if he wants to watch that TV show or not? A second. Before any presentation, is that true? Yep. They made the final decision how quick? Like that. All right. How many people here have ever been on YouTube? Yeah. All right. So you're on YouTube, you're looking at videos. How long does it take you when you watch a video to decide if you want to watch it or not?
50 seconds.
A couple seconds? And you make your final decision if you want to watch it or not. Interesting. So we make final decisions before the information really happens, isn't it? How many people here have ever ate at a restaurant? And did you make a decision to go in that restaurant before you've even read the menu many times? Yeah. So we made our decision before the presentation, right? Yeah. How about this? How many people here have sit down and order some food at the restaurant? And you made your decision to order off that menu before you had all the information. Were the vegetables organically grown? Did the chicken have a happy life before they killed it? Did you make your decision before? How many ladies here, sometime in your lifetime, met a young man, made up your mind about that young man, where that young man might fit in your life, and made that decision within the first 30 seconds of meeting a particular young man? Right? Now that's not fair. That's before our presentation. Right. One more example. How many people here have ever received a telephone call from a salesman? How many seconds into the phone call before you make your final decision?
1 second.
When they said, hello, it's Mr.
I hear the voice.
All right, now think about this. You made your final decision to that salesman on the phone before you heard the presentation, right? Yep. Before you heard the presentation, right? And you made your final decision with no information. Now that's not fair. But it is what you do in real life, is that true? Now, If you make your final decision to the salesman in the first few seconds before you heard any information, if that's what you do to salespeople, do you think other people would do that to you? So I'm going to ask you now, when do people make their final decision? Before the presentation in the beginning or later on at the end? Before. And once you know that, you're going to make a lot of money. So all you have to worry about is the first few sentences you say. And they make their final decision and you're done. And then whatever else you do in the presentation, you can't even mess it up. How cool is that? Because I bet you've been stressed out talking to people thinking, oh, I got to do this right, or I got to do this rap right. No. If you say the first few words right, you make a final decision to buy or to join, and you're set for life. How cool is that? So are we all on the same page? People make their final decision when? Based upon how much information?
Zero.
Because humans make their final decision on zero information. You don't have to worry about any information. Let me give you an example. How many people here would like to lose a little bit of weight?
Yep.
Okay? Let me tell you about us fat people. Us fat people got the information, didn't we? Yeah, we have brochures, we have CDs, we have DVDs, we have, we have infomercials, weight loss clinics, testimonials, doctors. We've been preached to, we've been lectured to. Every fat person in the universe got the information, true? Ask any fat person in the world, how do you lose weight? And they're going to say two things. Number one is eat less food, and number two is?
Do it.
Every fat person knows it. But if people make final decisions based upon information, there'd be no fat people, right? So doesn't it occur to us that there's no, our information, our presentation has nothing to do with their decision? Do you feel relieved? How many people here think if you can master the first 30 seconds of a presentation, you'd be set for life?
Yep.
So let's start learning that. Now, we don't learn this in school, so don't anybody be embarrassed, because I didn't know it either. But if you're going to decide to do this as a career, we have to learn it. So let me put this in perspective. If you join the business for a hobby, you know, buy something for your mom at wholesale, you don't have to take notes tonight. Excellent. And it's good that you did, right? A lot of people join for the social life, meet new people. They give lots of presentations to people that never joined, but they make new friends, right? And then there's, but it's okay. Is it okay for people also to join to make money? Right? That's okay too. So how many people joined this business because you wanted to make a lot of money from it? Okay. That's just about everybody. So is it okay if we talk about the money part tonight? But the other part's okay too, right? So let me be sort of direct. If you join as a hobby, relax and have fun. Don't have to take notes, right? But if you joined as a business, at what point in your career would you want to start learning the 25 skills so you could do this and make big money?
Now.
Maybe now?
Yeah.
So we're going to start on skill 11 tonight because it's the one that changed my life. When you see what skill 11 can do for you, you'll never be the same. So are you ready?
Do I have to write it down?
All right. Don't write anything down yet. Just sit there and enjoy. All right. Let's talk about this decision thing, because unless they make a yes decision, are you toast? Yeah. So I just graduated as a chiropractor. I've learned a brand new technique on how to twist your head. Who wants to be first? All right, now stop. How many people here have already made a decision? You've already made a decision before you heard that I graduated bottom of my class, that 20% of the people could recover, that it's on the internet. You made your final decision before you did my presentation, right? But what happened inside of your head? What happened is there is a program inside of your head that says, we have to survive. That sounds dangerous. I don't care whatever you say next. I'm not listening. No. Did y'all feel that? Do you think you have a salesman program inside your head? Yeah. When a salesman calls, in the back of your head it says there's a program about salesmen. We don't like salesmen. They make us buy stuff we don't want. They're pushy. They're going to harass you. It's going to cost us money. Just say no right away. And that's why we hang up on the salesman. How many of you have children?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I take them skydiving with me?
Sure. Take them.
Right.
As long as you take them for the weekend.
Depending on what they did to you growing up, you formed a program in your mind that said, I'll either, please don't take my babies, or I will help push. Right? But how quick was the decision? Before you heard I'm a certified skydiver, before you heard that I'm successful 3 out of 4 times, before you heard that we're only skydive once, you made the decision before. Is that true? So let me explain how the human mind works, and then we'll learn some magic words to deal with it. So our human mind does this. You can have one thought at a time. One thought. That's it. That's your conscious mind. So if you're taking notes, write down conscious mind can think and learn. Conscious mind. C-O-N, just mind. Are we all okay with that? All right. You can only have one thought at a time, but it's smart. This part of our brain is brilliant. It can send people to the moon, figure out algebra, figure out how to gamble, whatever. Now, if you can only have one thought at a time that you can control in your conscious mind, what part of your mind has to do everything else? The unconscious or subconscious mind. So if you're taking notes, write down subconscious mind cannot think. Subconscious mind cannot think. It works on automatic programs. Wait till you see what it does. Right now you're thinking, right? Which means everything else has to be handled by your subconscious mind. Let me tell you what your subconscious mind is doing right now. It says, all right, it's not too hot in here, so don't sweat too much. But if it got cold in here, start shivering. But we're paying attention here. And it says, oh, if you start tilting too far this way, suck up the muscles so you don't fall on your face. And time for your heart to beat again, do you have to think about that? No. Subconscious mind has a program that says make your heart beat once every second, unless you're running. Did anybody here think about breathing, or does that happen automatically? Yeah. Automatically, right? There's a program in your mind to breathe 20 times a second unless you're running. We have programs for everything. What happens when we're born is we have a program in our mind, fear of loud noises and fear of falling, but everything else has to be learned. And we create programs that does stuff for us automatically without thinking so we don't go crazy. Because if you had to think about everything, you would go crazy. Oh, look, the floors wouldn't. Hey, they probably waxed it recently. Oh, there's different sized boards. Oh, there's a camera. Oh, wait, look over there. We'd go crazy. We can only think of one thing at a time. So everything else is handled by programs. When you walk, left foot then, do you have to think about that? It's an automatic program. You don't walk left foot, drag right foot. It's an automatic program, right? In any one moment, the back of your mind makes 100,000 decisions on keeping you alive, like time for your heart to beat again, pump blood over here, create 30,000 new digestive enzymes, sprint this eye, move this muscle. All this is automatic. You don't think about it. You have millions of programs in your head about everything. And here's what happens. When you go through life, if something happens, or you see something, or hear something, your mind checks, do I have a program for that to handle it automatically so I don't have to think? So try this. You're walking down the street. Somebody walks towards you, and they're smiling. Does your conscious mind say, oh, they moved 13 muscles up over here, and 13 muscles up over here, how do I respond, how would I come back? Or does the subconscious mind say, keep thinking what you're thinking about, we have a program for that. If somebody smiles at us, we simply, it's a program, isn't it? If somebody says to you, guess what? What's the next word we normally say? What? It's a program. So if people say certain words, we have a certain program to handle. Are we all clear on this? People work on programs. You and I are nothing more than a whole bunch of programs going through life with brief moments of thinking. How's that? Are we all on the same page on this? So, what part of your mind do you think makes all the decisions?
Subconscious.
Yeah, they ought to, it's make 100,000 decisions every moment. So the part of your mind that makes decisions has nothing to do with the thinking part of your mind. So when you're doing a presentation, here's how the rap works, here's how the compensation plan works. That's all the thinking part of the mind. The back part of the mind says, I make decisions to like you, I make decisions to trust you, I make decisions to believe you, I make decisions to join, I make decisions to buy. It's the back part of the mind. And the people that do commercials in 15 seconds know this, and they use words to talk to the programs in the back of your mind. That's pretty good. Everybody still here okay?
Do you want the air conditioner and microphone or no air conditioner and... Is everyone
Air conditioner and microphone.
Yeah, I can turn the volume down, I think.
So, we know that this is the air conditioner goes, right? So are we all on the same page that the back of our mind makes automatic decisions based on our life? So I want you to watch this, and this is don't worry about it, we'll fix it. Remember that part of your brain that made the final decision on whether to do something or not? Alright. If Omni brand new sugar, and I talk to you and 100 people, and I start my conversation with these 5 words. Don't write these 5 words down. Just listen to these 5 words. And then tell me what decision your mind made after 5 words. Are you ready? So I was ready to come to you. I'm going to talk to 100 people. They got excited. You know, like I told you, I got all excited, and I'm just ready to let it take whatever I talk to people. So I talk to people and I say, would you be interested in? Now, how many people here felt the no? And at that moment, I am dead. Roadkill. That's ending. It's over. Because I started those 5 words, I am dead. Nothing else I can say will ever fix it. Because there's a program in your mind that says this. If anybody, anywhere you ever says, would you be interested in? So you got to shoot up, says, we're going to run around, say yourself, I do all that, you're just got to run around. It's called the salesman program in your mind. Did y'all feel that?
Yeah.
So if you went out and started your conversation with 5 words, you are so big. Now, if you don't think words make a difference, let me give you an example. I'm going to describe the same event with 2 different sets of words. I can say to you literally, when I look in your eyes, time stands still. Or I can say, your face would stop talking. Now, same event, right? 2 different sets of words. Which set of words is going to give you better success? So if you're sitting here tonight, you have to make a decision. Am I going to use words that's going to make me a lot of money? Or am I going to use stupid, made-up, untrained, oral diarrhea that's going to make me broke? Are we all on the same page? The words we start with is going to make a difference. It's a good skill to start. So, if I talk to 100 people today and I say, would you be interested in? How good am I? You know that 100 people that took a good start and told me no, right? I'm dead. So maybe I go home that night and I listen to a motivation CD. And I get excited and I say, tomorrow I'm going to talk to 200 people say the same words. How does that work? So our word is not the solution, is it? What's the solution? Changing the words we say so they are trained. Now, maybe I'm pretty discouraged when we get one more try. And now I go off and I use these words. Maybe on your okay if? Yes, yes, I told you yes, you didn't know it's going to be, but yes, yes. What a stupid program. Are we going to get back to it?
Yes.
Yeah. Now you're looking at me like I came from some other country. So, you're thinking, are you saying that if I simply say, would it be okay if? Most people will say yes immediately. And the answer is, yeah. Now, I know you don't believe, you're skeptical, so would it be okay if I gave you some examples? That was me, wasn't it? Okay. You're going to run me over the parking lot, right? So let's just try this. See how quick the yes decision happens in your mind when I say, would it be okay if you had an extra paycheck for your month? What are they going to say? Yeah. Tell me more. Or could you say this? Would it be okay if you get fired from your boss? What do you think those people are going to say? Yeah. Tell me more. Or would it be okay if you could stay home with your children and still get a full-time paycheck? Tell me more. Would it be okay if you never had to go to work again? Yeah, tell me more. Would it be okay if you could work 3 weeks out of the month and get paid for 4? Yeah, tell me more. Or would it be okay if you made more money part-time than your husband did full-time? What do you think they might say? Yeah. Tell me more. Or would it be okay if you could get rid of your stretch marks? Yeah, tell me more. Would it be okay if your skin could get younger while you watch television? Would it be okay if you could look better in just 45 minutes? Would it be okay if you could, what, turn, tone, and tighten? Those words?
That's it.
Turn, tone, and tighten? While watching TV? Would it be okay if you could reduce those fine lines and wrinkles? Would it, tell me that. How many people here see by starting off with, would it be okay if? Your chances of success go way, way up. And the cool thing is, there's never any rejection. And I'm a shy person, so I don't like rejection. So, would it be okay if I stopped giving would it be okay if examples so you could try saying would it be okay if your partner? And would it be okay if you would it be okay if every chance you have a chance you would it be okay if tomorrow? So would it be okay if you grab your partner right now and try it? And would it be okay if you didn't know what to say? You just turn to your partner and say would it be okay if you go first? Everybody here's the question. Who here heard a really good, would it be okay if from your partner? Would you like to share it? What did you hear?
Okay. We had a few that we do. Maybe, would it be okay if you could continue earning money and never have to go to a real job again?
Would it be okay if?
You could continue earning money, but not have to go to a real job again?
Would it be okay if you could continue earning money and never have to go to work again? Now, what do you think most people might say? Yeah, tell me more. Now, well, if you might have somebody say, oh no, I love to work hard for the rest of my life. Leave them alone, they have other problems, right? That's very good. Now, think about it. You think you'll have more success saying that than you saying other stupid stuff? Absolutely. So, here's what we're going to do since you volunteered so graciously. We're going to give you a CD by my favorite speaker of all time.
Me.
And we're going to get a CD where it's like hot local prospects, all the best ways to find a whole bunch of people hopefully to join your business to be a customer. We're going to give them their thanks to all for your give her a hand. Now, is that an easy one to start with? But you're not going to use that. There's hundreds of these. So would you like to learn one more real quick before we get break?
Yes, yeah.
Here's the next one. Remember when I offered to twist your head and you had that survival program? That sounds like it's on my God. Remember that? Well, that survival program is really big in people's minds, and here's some ugly things that happen. When you sound with people, the survival program says, I'm safe when I'm with other people, but I'm alone out in the bush. Something might need to hear something. And that's why if you go out in the bush and you see a bush with berries on it, you don't be the first human to eat those berries, do you? You feel how good that decision happens? Oh my God, no. Now, today, if you're going to walk through a very dark street late at night in a city you didn't know, do you want to walk through by yourself or with a group of other people? So our survival program says we're safe around other groups, and it makes a lot of our decisions for us. Our job is to make the best decision, right? No decisions we don't get taken. So let's try this. You're hungry at night, walking past some restaurants. The first restaurant, the lights are on, the employees are there, there's no customers. You take two more steps, and the next restaurant's full of happy people eating, drinking, smiling, shouting each other in the back, having a great time. Which restaurant do you want to eat at? The second one. Now you have to make your final decision because you know it's more popular than the food's better. We don't know that, do we? We don't know the food is better. We haven't seen that many. And we don't know it's more popular. Maybe in the first restaurant, the food is so good they ran out of this. In the second restaurant, they're all being judged as they eat. But we made our final decision based upon survival. It looks like it's safer other people are eating if we did that. So how many people here talk to somebody about being a distributor of your team? Do you think they have a survival program running full time? Sure. So you sit down with them, here's what they're thinking. How many people up and down my street have joined the network marketing and retired? That's the grand total of 0. And how many people up and down my street work hard all their life and then retire a year before they die? Which group is it safe that we live with? And they tell us no. Because their survival programs going on, right? And they have all this negativity. Oh, it's not for me. I'm not a salesman. I don't have any time. I'm too busy. I don't know anybody. I don't know 3 people who will hate me. Have you been there? And what has happened is they make their final decision based upon survival. And if you go home and say, oh, But we can run right. We learn how to drive a car. We learn how to do our job. We learn the skills we want to do. Now, most people here, if they do these two words, would you use it over and over again?
Yeah.
And most people here, if you do these two words that people say yes, would you use them a lot?
Yeah.
So most people here probably like to know what those two words are.
Yeah.
Most people here probably like to write it down.
Yeah.
Because most people don't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And most people here probably know what these two words are, or else you might be asking your partner what these two words are. So, most people. And when you say most people, here's what happens in the mind. The back of the mind has a program that says anybody, anywhere, and anytime says most people. We want to be part of most people. Would you like to know exactly what the mind says to itself? Here's what the mind says. But it does this in a microsecond. When you say most people, inside the prospect mind, it goes, most people. Are we part of most people? Are we part of less people? Not many people are part of less people. We're part of most people. So we want to be part of most people. Less people, they die. And it's why we want to be part of most people. We do what most people do. Most people get attacked by most people. Part of the What a stupid program. But see how quick the yes decision happens when I say these things, right? Most people hate their job. Yeah. Most people need more money. Yeah. Most people can use an extra paycheck. Most people want to look better in just 45 minutes. Most moms don't have time to exercise. Oh, yeah.
Moms don't even have time to have a shower.
Most moms don't even have time to shower.
That's why I have mine at the gym.
Most people would like to fire their boss. Most people would like to be their own boss. Most moms would like to work out of their home. How do you know? Most people become a loyal customer so they can save 50%. Most people love being a loyal customer because they save 50%. Yeah. Most moms hate that. How about this? Most people bring a friend to the party. Okay, so we bring a friend. Most moms like working with us because they can choose their own hours. Most moms know exercise won't get rid of stretch marks. Most moms don't have time to spend 2 hours at the gym every day. Most moms would like to, what is it, trim firm? Tighten tone. Most moms would like to tighten tone and firm while watching television.
Any part of it.
How we doing? By saying most people, they make an instant decision. Yes, I want to be with most people. You know this is true because you see this all the time. 4 out of 5 dentists recommend. And we say, sure, I'm going to do this. So most people here could probably think of a good most people statement. Such as most women don't want their face to look older than they are. Or most people get the defining gel because they want the effects to go on day after day. Most what I'm doing is